Hi everybody, welcome to another pick a card reading. Okay, so and if you hear my cat eating in the background, that's just my cat eating. So hopefully you don't mind, just a little sound going on. So anyways, the topic of this reading is, should you do the thing? Okay, so whatever the thing is on your mind when you clicked this video, whatever thing you've been thinking about doing but you're just not sure whether you should do the thing, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into, should you do the thing? Okay, should you do the thing? All right, and we're gonna pick from, let's see, we're gonna pick from pile number 1 is the rose quartz. All right, pile number 2 is the pink crackle quartz. All right, pile number 3, you are going to be the malachite. Malachite. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so oh yeah, before I get started, I am offering personal readings. My link to my Etsy is in the description box if you want to check out, my personal readings and their prices and how I do them and whatnot. Okay, pile number 1. Should you do the thing? I'm gonna go into what this thing might be. It's gonna differ for a lot of you, okay? But what might this thing that you're contemplating doing be? You're contemplating being in the spotlight. I don't know, I'm hearing the lights, camera, action, and somebody going onto a stage, and there's a spotlight. You're contemplating going into the spotlight somehow. Some of you are considering dancing, like exotic dancing or dancing in general, okay? Some of you are considering performing, okay? There's a performing kind of thing about this thing that you're considering doing. And you, like I said, you could be considering some type of schmeck's work, okay? Like I said, exotic dancing. Pile number 1, let's see. What is pile number 1 considering doing? Why did they come to this video? You're considering showing either physically, like physical parts of you, like physically, or you're considering changing up your wardrobe or wearing more revealing things, possibly. You're considering showing a side of yourself that you have never shown anyone before. You are considering letting your freak flag fly in some sort of way, okay? Pile number 1, you're considering exploring schmexually, okay? You're considering exploring different ways of expressing or indulging in schmeksh, okay? I'm definitely getting, okay, if you watched my video on what your aesthetic should be, this is giving pile number 3 about how you're kind of a closet freak, pile number 1. Like, there's something about your, I don't even want to say schmexuality, but there's a side of you that hasn't been revealed yet. Like, there's a side of you that has not been revealed to society, to people. It has not been given the spotlight. You've been keeping it hidden, and also you've been keeping it repressed because, like, there's some sort of shame there, like there's some sort of shame about this thing that you're thinking about doing. But okay, pile number one, you are considering going to a certain extreme. That's what I want to say, pile number one. You're considering expressing or exposing this part of yourself in kind of an extreme way when that is not, I don't want to say that's necessary. Like, there's always a balance, right? Like, there's a balance. Just consider whether this thing that you're considering is kind of like too extreme to the point where it's unnecessarily extreme. Okay, like consider that. And there are other ways for you to show this side of yourself. Okay, there are other ways for you to show this side of yourself. I would say there are other ways. I don't know how to describe this. Like, there are healthier ways, I want to say, less extreme ways and options for you to express this side of yourself that doesn't have to be so extreme, okay? Pile number one, you already know, okay? There's a part of you that already knows whether you should do the thing or not. And what I'm mainly getting is no. Okay, I don't know, yeah. But I'm not saying cut. Like I said, don't be extreme about whatever this thing is, pile number one, that you're considering doing. Don't just jump to an extreme. Don't jump to extremes about this. It doesn't have to be the way you do whatever this thing is. It doesn't have to be so extreme. I know I'm repeating myself and I know that can be annoying. Okay, I get it. But it helps me kind of repeating myself and the way I talk. It helps me remember what I was about to say, if that makes sense. Okay. But yeah. That's what I was going to say. So there's a balanced way that you can do this thing. There is a balanced approach that you can have towards doing this thing. The way you do it, there's a balanced, healthier approach to how you do this thing that is not as extreme as what you initially came to this video considering. Okay, like you initially came to this video thinking whether you should do something, and the way you were considering doing it is a very extreme way. I don't want to say very extreme, but like it's extreme. It's extreme. And I'm not saying don't do it. I am not saying don't do the thing, but again, and I'm sorry to repeat myself, consider more balanced and healthier ways that you can do it that won't strain you, that won't put like a strain on your soul, you know, that kind of keep your peace in mind. You know, a way that you can show this part of yourself to the world while keeping your peace. Whether or not this has to do with schmexuality. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Pile number one. Should you do the thing? If you do it the way you've been considering doing it, pile number one, you will regret doing it in that way. Okay? If you do it in the way that you are thinking about doing it, you might regret it, pal number one. I'm not gonna lie. And later down the line, like your future self will realize, wow, I didn't have to do all that. Like I didn't have to go to that extreme. Why did I go to that extreme? That wasn't even necessary, because there might be some other option that you haven't thought about, that now you should probably think about now that you're watching this reading, you know what I'm saying? But there's another option and you'll regret not going with a more balanced, tempered option. Whatever this thing is, pile number one, you might have done it before, and it's like that was a certain phase of your life that was you. That was a different version of you. You're a different person now. Okay, you're a different person than the person, if this resonates with you, than the person who did whatever you're considering doing now. You're a different person, or you're just a different person overall from this thing that you're considering doing. This isn't you, okay? Whatever you're considering doing, it doesn't represent you in the best way. It doesn't represent who you are as a person overall. It's not like, I don't think if you did this thing, pile number one, you might not be proud of it because it only represents a fraction of you. You're meant for bigger things, pile number one, than whatever this thing you're considering doing. You can do better. That's what I want to say, pile number one. Like, whatever you're considering doing, you can do better. And you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. The reason why you're even considering doing this thing is because you don't believe that you can do better, or like you don't believe in yourself enough. And you think whatever this thing that you're considering doing, that's all you could do, or that's like a last resort or something, when it's not. It's not. Like, you don't even need a last resort. Like, you can do better. Believe in yourself, pile number one, that you can do something better than whatever this is that you're thinking about doing. Yeah, pile number one, that was your reading. Okay. If this resonated, go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. Okay, and we're gonna move on to pile number two. Pile number two. So let's look into what's the thing you're thinking about doing. Pile number two, you're thinking about launching something, launching a business, launching some sort of line of some sort of product, or you're thinking about starting your own business, pile number two. I have no idea why I'm seeing peas, like, like peas, like snap peas, like, I don't know, I'm seeing peas, and I don't know if that has something to do with you. I'm also hearing sweet pea. Okay, maybe that has some sort of relevance. Okay, you're thinking about quitting your job. I don't want to say quitting your job, but you're thinking about having a backup plan for quitting your job, if that makes sense. Like, you're thinking about having a side hustle or something you can build that eventually will allow you to quit your job. Okay, pile number two. Because I don't know if you don't trust your job, or you don't trust it, or you don't trust that it can give you what you need in the long term. Or maybe you're even scared of your job, like, what is it, shutting down, and you being laid off because your job somehow shuts down. Okay, pile number two, what are you thinking about doing? Some of you are thinking about living off grid. Some of you are thinking about building your own house. Some of you are thinking about moving, because there's something about, like, you no longer want to invest in something that you know is not going to pay off. Or maybe wherever you live or wherever you work is dilapidated, or it's like it would take more money to fix. It's like when you total a car, right? And it would be more money to fix it than it would be to get a new car or something. Like, something is just getting too expensive, pile number two. That's what I want to say. Something is getting too expensive, and you're thinking about letting whatever this thing that's expensive go and investing in something that's actually going to pay off that's actually going to be more worth it than whatever this expensive thing is. Pile number 2, you could be thinking about moving to a different country or a different state. Yeah, so that's all I'm getting for what this thing could be. Let's look into messages about should you do it. So should you do the thing, okay? Should pile number 2 do the thing? I'm getting that you might be overwhelmed about where to start doing this thing. It's like you don't even know really where to begin when it comes to doing the thing. And it might be overwhelming. You might catch yourself shutting down and just procrastinating on doing the thing. But it's like you're reminded by your current circumstances, like, yeah, I should just do the thing. Like, honestly, I should just do the thing. But then when you actually get around to starting to do the thing, it's kind of overwhelming, all the different components of doing it. And you also might be afraid of change, afraid of all of the different changes that you'll have to make when it comes to doing this thing. You're also kind of afraid of the unknown, or like potentially losing the stability of whatever you currently have now. But let me see, pile number 2. Should pile number 2 do the thing? Okay, this is just like pile number 1. You already know whether you should do the thing, pile number 2. You already know, but compared to pile number 1, in pile number 1, it was kind of like a no-ish answer, but pile number 2, this is just like, you should have done the thing like yesterday. And I'm not trying to be hard on you or like make you feel ashamed. No, because that doesn't serve us to feel, well, it might serve us like healthy, taking accountability for the fact that you probably should have already started doing the thing, but you haven't yet. Okay. But you already know, pile number 2, whatever it is you're dealing with, it's dying. Like, it's, like I said, it's becoming dilapidated, if that's the word. Like, whatever you're dealing with, it's not actually going to pay off. It's deteriorating. It's going downhill. It's costing you, whether it be time, money, energy, and it's not giving anything back. And it's just kind of like common sense that you should do the thing. Anything's better than what you're currently, what your current situation is. Anything is better than your current situation as it pertains to this reading. Anything. Just do the thing. Just get off your booty and do the thing, pile number 2. Let's see what else. It's like spirit or God or the universe, whatever, who's speaking through me, they get it. They get that change is hard. They get it's hard for you to change. They get it. It's hard. Like psychologically, like it's hard to go through this kind of change. But you have to push through that difficult feeling that you get about change. And you have to actually accept your circumstances for what they are. Like, accept the fact that nothing's gonna change about your current situation, that you're like, it's not gonna magically get better. Pile number 2, like, accept the fact that your situation is not gonna magically get better, and start taking steps that ensure your future. How should you do the thing? That's what I want to ask pile number 2. How should pile number 2 do the thing? Plan. I'm seeing somebody with a planner. Make specific deadlines for yourself, specific goals. Don't do it all at once. That's too overwhelming. You'll just end up shutting down. Pile number 2. Make tiny steps. I don't want to say tiny steps, but just steps. Doable steps that aren't intimidating, that aren't daunting for you, write them in your calendar. Okay, like on this and this date, that's when I will take this step towards doing the thing. On this and this date, that's when I will take the next step, or that's when I will have had the next step already done. You know, like that's the goal. So plan short term and long term. Really plan it out. Don't leave anything open. Don't leave anything open. Really plan it out. Organize your time to do the thing step by step, however long that takes, because anything is better than whatever is going on now. Pile number 2. So that was your reading, guys. If this resonated, go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. And now I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Thank you, guys. Pile number 3. Let's get into it. Pile number 3. What's the thing you're thinking about doing? Pile number 3. You could be thinking about doing something fun or wild, letting your hair down in some sort of way. You can be contemplating going to a festival or partying more, going out and dancing more. Definitely different from pile number 1. Pile number 1 was contemplating performing as a dancer. Pile number 3, you're contemplating going out and partying and dancing or something. Pile number 3, what are you contemplating doing? You guys could be contemplating traveling. Like I said, either partying or being a part of nightlife somehow, like being a DJ or something like that. You could be contemplating drinking. Pile number 3, I don't know if you just got out of a relationship or something, or you got out of something that was restricting you from partying or from doing single things, doing single life things, hanging out with the friends, hanging out with your friends, partying with your friends. Okay, you're contemplating trying new things. You're contemplating really living on the wilder side, okay? Trying new things, trying new foods, trying new activities, okay? Like ziplining, just, random fun stuff. You're contemplating doing random fun stuff. Okay, pile number 3. It's like you want to have fun. You want to live young, okay? No matter how old you are, you want to live like you're young, okay? Pile number 3. Let's see if I get any last messages about what is this thing you're contemplating doing. Some of you are contemplating skydiving or bungee jumping, okay? I'm definitely seeing a very clear vision about where someone is skydiving, okay? Some of you are contemplating getting a tattoo. Some of you might be Scorpios. I don't know why. Like, I'm seeing a scorpion tattoo. You might be considering getting a tattoo of a scorpion. Some of you are contemplating getting someone's name tattooed on you, or getting a tattoo that relates to somebody somehow. Some of you are contemplating getting a tattoo. Okay. I don't know. The list goes on. Pile number 3. The last thing that came to mind was you're contemplating getting a motorcycle or learning how to ride a motorcycle or something. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you. Pile number 3. Sorry if I said 2 or 1. I get it mixed up sometimes. But pile number 3, should you do the thing? Let's get messages about whether you should do the thing. Yes, pile number 3. I am getting a strong yes, you should do the thing. I am getting that if you do the thing, you are going to meet somebody, okay? Like in terms of love, and if you're single, pile number 3, there's a chance you will meet somebody or meet people, even friends. It doesn't even have to be romantic, but you'll meet people who you really vibe with, who will invite you to do more fun things with them. There's something about networking here. Yeah, you might accidentally end up meeting a very important person who can give you opportunities or something like that. Like you might meet someone who's like, just this is just an example, but they're like, I'm a producer, I want you to be a part of my show or my movie or something like that. Like just from you living your life and having fun and doing fun things and taking risks, you might meet someone really important, whether this be love, work, or friends. Okay, like, yep, and you won't even see it coming. I mean, now you will, because you're watching this reading, but like in that moment, like you'll be like, oh, I was really just having fun, and now I met this really important person, or people, but I'm getting it's a person. Someone who's like secretly rich or secretly successful or influential. Okay, let's get more messages about should you do the thing. Yes, it is going to expand your world. Trying these things that you're thinking about trying, doing these things you're thinking about doing, it's going to expand your world. It's going to add to your like soul spiritual passport. Okay, it's going to add to your experiences, like your stories. You're going to be able to tell stories about this thing that you tried. You're going to be able to, it's like really expanding you to try these things. Pile number 3, it's like expanding your world, your horizons. Yeah, it's like you're becoming less boring. Okay, I'm not saying you're boring, pile number 3, but it's like you're becoming more interesting as a person by doing these things. Okay, like I don't know how to, like, yeah, you're becoming, I don't know, you're gaining experience. Okay, you're gaining more experience, you're gaining more life experience, you're making more of a mark on your, like I said, like your soul passport. You can say in the future, you can say, yeah, I did that, like I did that, and people are gonna be like, oh my god, you did that? And you'd be like, yeah, I did that, it was nothing, and I did this and I did that and I did that, and it's like, oh my gosh, pile number 3, you did all those things. And it's like, yeah, no big deal, except it is a big deal, that you like got out of your comfort zone and you tried all these things. Okay, so let's see any last messages for you, pile number 3, about the thing you're thinking about doing. Whatever this is, it's a form of self-expression. Okay, I'm being brought to the tattoo idea that you're considering getting a tattoo. Don't be ashamed, like if you grew up with parents who make you feel ashamed of getting tattoos or something, or yeah, like don't second guess yourself. Okay, you are your own person, and you have the right to express yourself the way you truly want to express yourself, whether that be the form of, tattoos, bungee jumping, skydiving, motorcycles, traveling. It's a form of self-expression, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Just like how people paint paintings, all the things I just described, that's also the same, not the same, but like it's a form of self-expression. Okay, express yourself through doing what you desire. Get that tattoo. go on that trip. Okay. Yeah, pile number 3. That was your reading. Okay, so I hope you liked this. And if this resonated with you, go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.